Blessings, everyone. Blessings. This is Pine Grove News Live. It's 6:03 p.m. here on the East Coast. Yep. All that clicking now, aren't you? So, well, let me go put this up. I got to figure out another way to do this. This picture keeps disappearing on me every time I go back into Mixler. But anyways, when all else fails, when YouTube cuts me off or doesn't put it out live, there's always the videos afterwards. And you can find that on my website, 12pine.com. You can go to vmo.com/12pine. BitChute.com/12pine. Brighton when I put it there. And when all else fails, you can just go listen to it on Mixler. Yeah, just go to the show reels and pick the latest. And that'll be it. So there's a lot of ways to listen afterwards. Two ways to listen now, either live here in Mixler or live on YouTube. So until I learn to do some other things, this is the format we're going with. Yep. And so I'm going to do some very quick news tonight because I have two video clips that need to be heard. First one in particular. The second one, I'm just going to play a minute or two, and then I'll, like always, leave the link for you. And we'll talk about some other things that this video brings up. So we'll start with the weather. I hope everyone's doing okay. It's Friday. And I know some people celebrate the Sabbath tonight at sundown. And so, many blessings, and communion with the Lord is always a good thing. And we need to do it quite often these days. And if you've been listening, if you've been learning anything, and I know some of the people here, and they do learn things. Even I learn things every time I do these things. Time is very, very, very short. And I know some people, just been led to believe that it is. Led to all the accumulation of all the news stories of everything that's going on in this world, in any and every arena around the world. And if you do not think that we're in a free fall to, you think it's dark now, it's going to get so much worse. And if all these pre-trib preachers are right, it is so very close. I mean, they're talking about the stuff that we're going through now, but the beginning of this tribulation, this first 3.5 years, which supposedly we won't be here for, according to some. But it's just going to be like everything that they've explained in this tribulation period is everything that that's going on and happening right now. And I've told you all this 2 days ago. Everything. The floodings, the hurricanes, the storms, the volcanoes, the earthquakes, the political arenas, the countries, the protesting, the killing, the hate, the murder, brother against brother, household against household, the falling away. And I think that's the only thing that's restraining right now. We're just so close. So people, please, if you don't know Jesus, my best recommendation is that you call out to him now. Still time. I mean, even if it is in another hour, you still have time. Shut off this video and go call to your Lord. Go call to Jesus. This is not worth you're not being saved. And we'll talk about that when we get to the subject, the main subject that I got. Just as soon as we finish some of this and I get off my soapbox. Not my soapbox, really. I mean, you may think that I'm there, but I am standing with the rest of you, just hoping that you're looking for something else than what this world has to offer you, which is nothing. This is what it has to offer you. Severe floods. Okay? We've been talking about floods for the past year and a half. God is reminding us. Water, flooding. He could easily, right? But he made that promise. He could easily flood this whole planet again. Kill everybody. Who do you think he would save then? I don't think there'd be anybody. He's reminding you of what he can do. These are warnings. 1,600 homes. Death toll rises to 70 in Afghanistan. We're seeing this all over the world. Not just in Afghanistan, in our own country. Everywhere. Cyclone of historic proportions hits U.S., sets barometric pressure records, strands over 1,100 drivers, and leaves nearly 200,000 without power. I believe this is the bombogenesis that they were talking about 2 days ago. These powerful winter storms rapidly intensified and somebody had a video out that it was man-made, and which it certainly could have been. Now, I rarely see hurricanes form over land with the radar and everything that I was being shown. Rarely do I see a hurricane form over land. Where does the moisture come from? You should have seen that video. They make the moisture. They make it in factories. The factories that we no longer have people working in. I've seen factories make clouds. They've made clouds. They can do it. They make clouds. We've seen many videos, right? Yeah, they can do it. They have plasma. They have heart. They have all that stuff. They can blow away a storm and they can create a storm. I've seen it so much in the past year. So these, 2 days ago, Wednesday, March 13th, producing blizzard conditions, widespread hurricane force gusts over 1,100 drivers. We talked about that. Storm crosses the Central Plains, will continue to bring blizzard conditions to parts of the Northern Plains and Rockies through Thursday. And I know this is Friday. Basically old news that you're hearing. I'm just making a point here. Making a point. These things every day go on every day. Very unusual. Yes, we have weather every day somewhere. Anyway, cyclone of historic proportions. This is what they're calling these storms these days. Bombogenesis, historic proportions, biblical, apocalyptic. I remember when I used to hear this from a pastor over and over and over again about minor things. Well, where is he now? Finally can start using the words now. And we all should know this. I saw this, it was aired here on my mainstream media TV. Israel was attacked. Tel Aviv, I'm not sure. But anyway, Israel strikes 100 Hamas targets after rocket attacks on Israeli citizens. So, we had, some guy there live from Fox News, I believe. I remember when CNN used to do it, and then they, started faking the stuff. And yeah, I don't put much trust into many of these things. So an Israeli fighter jets and other aircraft hit more than 100 military targets inside Hamas-controlled Gaza overnight. Strikes were a response to terrorist rocket attacks that targeted southern Israel and as far away as Tel Aviv. I thought I heard Tel Aviv. That's the capital, is it not? In any case, the Israel Defense Forces confirmed that IDF warplanes hit a Hamas terror headquarters, an underground rocket manufacturing site, and an unmanned aerial aircraft center in Gaza. There were no reported casualties. That's amazing. The amount of missile attacks and missiles that went out, the ones that came in, that Iron Dome or whatever it was called, shot down with other rockets. No reported casualties. Israel, right? We're talking about prophetic times happening now. Just remember all the other things that have happened to Israel. The seemingly miraculous things that have been happening to Israel. And I'm not sure about my facts, so I know that there was a 6-day war and that many people, servicemen on the other side, were proclaiming that military weapons and other things just were not functioning right. The IDF, their Air Force actually, with all these people attacking them, actually did a lot of damage. And anyways, that wasn't very miraculous. They were surrounded and being attacked. Coordinated attack. And I suggest anybody, and I'm going to go refresh my memory because it's not very fresh in my head of the history. Israel, since they were gone and spread out over the lands at least twice because they were stiff-necked and disobeyed God. And I still am shaking my head every now and then how they are his chosen people and probably the most stiff-necked people that there is, besides me. Stubborn I am. I don't. If that's stiff-necked, then yeah, that's me. I can be stubborn. Try not to be. I've gotten rid of a lot of demons. They're gone. It's got a couple more to get rid of, and be all right. So let's hurry up with this. Everyone must own an AR-15 in Missouri. They're not trying to take their guns away. They want to give them AR-15s. People, you need to listen to this one. A bill introduced in Missouri would require residents to own an AR-15 guns. Every person, that's every person, not man, father, or adult, between 18 and 35, women included. They are people. Yes, they are. Who can legally possess a firearm to own AR-15 and authorize a tax credit for the purchase of an AR-15. What is in Missouri that they all have to have AR-15s? And you don't hear about these things going on. They're trying to take the guns away and limit them and limit the amount of bullets or magazines with the bullets in them that you could use. Yeah, they don't want you to be equipped as well equipped as they are. What's in Missouri? I'm going to leave that for you to think about. What or who is in Missouri that everyone needs to be armed with an AR-15? I believe that is a automatic or at least a semi-automatic machine gun. The House bill there, 1052. Leave the link. And here's some stupid stuff people do. Man 27, sues parents for being born without his consent. Heard it right. Crazy stories out there, man. This 27-year-old Indian businessman is going viral after he announced a plan to sue his parents for bringing him into this world without his explicit consent. How the heck? You understand? You know what's going on. You know, it's not even possible. So obviously, him and the rest of his family are just on another planet, totally out of there. And we haven't heard about any mass shootings anymore, at least not here in the United States, but 49 dead in a horrifying mass shooting in New Zealand mosque. That attacker live streamed it to Facebook. Yeah, but don't catch that. There's no AI algorithm for that now, is there? No, but they'll take down a Christian site, you know, for quoting Bible verses. And they took another one down. So there you have it. Hamas attacker went room to room. However he did it, I don't care. New Zealand. Don't know what happened to him either. And this is strange. This is the second time I've seen an article like this in the past week. Third earthquake in a week strikes near Alabama, Florida line. I believe one was a 2.3, another one was a 3.1, and 2.6 also. What's going on there? The U.S. Geological Survey reports this magnitude 2.3 Tuesday night near Flomaton, Alabama, near the state line with Florida. The town has about 1,400 residents. No damage was reported. That's a weak one. Oh. Too weak to feel. The agency says 2 other small earthquakes have occurred in the same area. 3.1 happened Monday afternoon. 2.6 quake happened near state line around Century, Florida last week. Oh. Strange, you know, earthquakes in diverse places, right? So we have so many things that are being, that was prophetic, and they're happening. And they continue to happen, and they continue to break records, continue to increase in frequency and veracity. Yep. So now I'm going to bring you to the special story segment that I'm going to do tonight. This is, again, we're going to talk about the killing of our babies in America. And, you know, I've seen this site before, and it's called Day of Mourning, Albany, New York. Blythe story. I mean, I missed the actual time that they did it, so I don't know. I wish it would have been more focus, and it was out there more, that more people knew about it, because I would have definitely, you know, at least been there live stream if that's what happened. And it's in New York. At least I would have went down there. I would have went there, ordered them. Close enough for me. I would have done it. But I'm just going to play, I guess it's somewhere between 4 and 3 minutes, depending on how long I wanted to take it. So the captions here, you know, adopted girl reunites with birth mom. Okay. This woman, and she is basically the only 2% of the women who go to these Planned Parenthood or abortion clinics and then decide that they're going to keep, okay, the baby, and she gave it up for adoption. Decided to not kill her baby, but knew that she couldn't afford it, and so she had to give her up for adoption. And that's her right there in the picture, 8 years old, and that's her adopted parents. Her mother, real mother, does show up towards the end of the video. Very, it's if you walk away from this, you're not teary-eyed, and you're in a delusion. You really are. the things that are going on in this world. And this is one of the most terrible things I've seen so far. I mean, next, I have a feeling what's maybe next, and maybe I'll discuss it tonight briefly. Maybe I won't. But there is going to be a group of people that are going to be next. This new laws or rules that's coming out, and some states have it, and they're going to come out with it this year in Connecticut, and that's euthanasia, for permanently ill, and then they're going to loosen that up as well. All these people I just picture in my head, all these elderly folks with Alzheimer's and dementia and so on and so forth, who really, are only here partially, part of the times. They'll be put on the list. Why don't we just solve the problem? Anyways, I'm gonna play this. Little girl speaks out. I'm going to say that I was unplanned, but not unwanted. And that's the thing I had to say to the baby in our family, our third child. Because basically, yeah, we had 3 children, and the only one that was actually planned was my son. So, first one, obviously, that wasn't planned, and the last one was not planned. It was planned by somebody, the first one, but not. I wasn't in agreement. Anyways, here we go.
What if there was no me? My eyes would have never had the chance to see the world all around me. Especially horses. Those are my favorite. My ears would have never had the chance to hear the words, I love you. And most of all, I have never known what it was like to be part of a family. You see, when God was knitting me together in my mother's womb, He knew exactly what He was doing. He does not make mistakes.
Amen.
Did you know right now, as I tell you my story, there are little boys and girls that are dying at abortion clinics all over the United States? Instead of having a birthday to celebrate, they'll have a death day. I'm fortunate because my birth mom was brave and chose life for me. I was unplanned, but not unwanted. After she chose life for me, she placed me into my forever family through adoption. She is my hero. Because she chose life for me, I'm living out the purpose God has for my life. He allowed me to be born so I can come speak to you today and show you what choosing life looks like. Over 61 million other little boys and girls just like me were not given that chance. How many more will die this way? My dream is that abortion will no longer exist and all children will be given an opportunity to live. That dream can come true if we repent, seek God, and turn away from the evil of abortion.
Amen.
God's heart is for life, for all. Won't you please be the voice for these children? children like me who do not have a voice.
The mother's going to read a poem. So you can listen to the rest of that. The mother's going to read a poem, and then the girl, the mother, the stepmother, tells the girl she flew in somebody. See her. And if I can bring you right to the end.
So I've been telling her for the last couple of days that I had a surprise for her. And I have a really big surprise that Mommy has successfully been able to pull off. It's been crazy but amazing. I have somebody that I flew in to see you today. Somebody really, really special. Your birth mom, Melissa.
Unplanned, not unwanted. Beautiful people. So I bring this up again. And, you know, this is the link to the petitions.whitehouse.gov. The petition that I put out a week ago. Defunding Planned Parenthood abortion clinics in part or in whole, including any other institutions aligned. So I write, yeah, and they're very sad there. Seven signatures. We the people do not allow use of our monies in any form, denomination, or currency, foreign or domestic, for the purpose of abortion. For the purpose of abortion. Okay, and in any trimester or gestation period. No more federal funds to kill babies. And I don't know a lot of people. The only people I know are my people I meet online. Two different chat rooms that one I haven't been to in a while. And I call them my church family, so I send it to them, and I hope for some kind of response. I do get responses on Facebook, and what I got on Facebook is that, yeah, see, this is not what I wanted to put up there. Where is it? This one, here we go. Response I got from Facebook, okay, when I put that up there, was that, oh, well, you know, Planned Parenthood is not just for abortions, you know. Some people, you know, go there for their life instructions on how to, you know, if they're going through pregnancies or whatever else they're doing. I mean, I didn't say anything about those things. But I'm telling you, if you're using that as an excuse not to sign a petition for, and I specifically said just abortions, for abortions. I didn't say for any other kind of treatment or medical, whatever they needed. You know, because I know some people can't afford it and they have to go to these places. And that's when it used to be called. That's when it was Planned Parenthood. My wife even went to it when she was young, when we were together. For her bills. But in any case, there's no excuse for that. And if that's what they're using for an excuse, well then, just like me, they will also meet the Lord. In the end, they will stand up in front of him and will have to be judged on everything that he's ever done and said, just like me. And I don't want that against me. And that's not the reason, any of the reason why I'm doing this. You think anyways, there's no excuse for not going on and signing this petition. There's no reason whatsoever. Nothing may come of it anyway. But in any case, I went there, and then I found this. This is from American Intelligence Media. I'm just going to play a couple bits of information. And I'm going to start from the beginning so that you know who these people are, these American Intelligence. If you do any kind of research or watch any news, and you should know these people. Anyways, I'll bring that up until 1 minute, and then we're going to skip to another part.
Welcome to the American Intelligence Media. I am your host, Douglas Gabriel, also known as Thomas Paine and the Ass of the Globalist, which I really try to do every single day of my life. But today I have a person who is just about more in the thick of the battle than even our conclave is. We're going to talk with Christopher Earl Strunk. Now, the last time we talked with him, he was out there on the battlefield fighting for true and honest elections, and he put in some lawsuits, and he stirred the pot, and boy, did he ever get a reaction. But this time, because I think no other issue that I've ever heard in my whole life has gotten people more upset than the infanticide bill of New York State, Christopher Earl Strunk is bringing lawsuits in relationship to that. I've been seeing some notes he's sending. I had to get him on the wire, record him, and find out what he's doing. Christopher, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. I just got back from a press conference.
Yeah, good afternoon. And then he talks for quite a few minutes. Anyways, he's not a lawyer, but he did file some suit. And you'll have to listen to this. I mean, it's worth the hour. If you can listen to my gibberish for an hour, this guy has a lot of information that you really need to know about, this law that was passed there in New York. And, anything and everything just about that goes on in this world is about money. If something tragic happened, just follow the trail in everything, and you will find that it has all and everything to do with money or power or both. That's what runs and leads this world right now. We're, like I said, so fallen down into a state of, we probably will not be able to return from. And this is why I think about that, why we're so close, is because with all this GMO things going on and these CRISPR things, changing DNA and manipulating DNA to get other results that were not ordained by God. How much, and we're eating this stuff too. We're eating these GMO, genetically modified organisms that they're putting into our foods. And then you go back to the water, fluoride and other chemicals, especially pharmaceuticals that they claim they cannot clean out of the system that we are drinking. And the skies, the obvious chemtrailing that's going on, and all the chemicals that they admitted to spraying. If the Lord does, all I'm saying is the Lord said he was going to come back and he was going to cut things short. I mean, this is why I think that we were going through tribulation already. Because even the pastors or whoever they are, teachers who believe that this pre-trib is going to happen and that we're not going to go through all this, but they still say the first couple years of the actual tribulation, the 7 years, is not going to be all that bad, But how has it been for you so far? I mean, this past week after this law has been passed and the things that I find out that's going on with these babies and and why they're actually killing them and harvesting their parts. I mean, $40,000 for a viable embryo, I guess, or baby intact. And then I don't even need to talk about the things that they will do. It's about the money. It's about money. It's about research. But anyway, let's see if I can get some pertinent information.
Nonetheless,
here.
The case was filed on the 14th. I filed it against the state of New York, against Andrew Cuomo, against the Speaker of the House of the Assembly, which is a man by the name of Hasty, and against Stuart Cousins, who is the head of the Senate. And they passed this bill on the 22nd of January, the bill which became law on the 22nd of January, called the Reproductive Health Act, which is a Jesuit reversal of words, and that it's anything but health. And that nonetheless, it allows for the state of New York to harvest third trimester babies and to allow them to enter the product into the market. And I believe there absolutely is a market for whole babies. And it runs somewhere between 30,000 and 400,000 a baby based upon the maturation.
Well, I guess I was wrong there. It wasn't 40,000, it was 400,000. Yeah, it goes into the market. Yeah, we've heard about this stuff before. We've had hidden video that we've seen these workers, and they talk about the particular parts that they, one part is, worth more than another, and so on and so forth. And I can't help, but think that these women are being offered a certain amount of money. I mean, especially after they decide to abort the baby. Maybe they're given some money or offered some money, or if they're on the line and they're not sure, then they're offered the money. And then here we go, 61 million, that young girl said, 8 years old girl, talked about this. And in this video, you will find a lot more areas, a lot more things that I don't really want to go back into right now. You need to listen to this for an hour. I did not listen to the last 15 minutes of it, where maybe you shouldn't either, because I heard from my brother, World Watchman, and he listened to it, and it talks about, the elites and the Clintons and other parties that may be actually, ingesting these parts, because there's a disease called Kuru. Okay, this Kuru, spelled Kuru, and it's a very rare disease. It's caused by an infectious protein, prion, found in contaminated human brain tissue. So Kuru is found among the people in New Guinea who practice a form of cannibalism, in which they ate the brains of dead people as part of a funeral ritual. And so that's where the disease actually originated from. And that is the result that can happen to people who resort to this cannibalism, which everybody seems to be talking about, because they're putting this stuff in our foods. They're putting it in women's makeup. If you don't believe me, well, we have facts for that as well. Let's see, I'll bring you right to this page. I'm sure you heard of Debbie Treveris, stopthecrime.net. But this is Cinemix. This is what they are extracting from the kidneys of babies and grounded it into powder, and they use it for flavoring in many things. Okay, I'll leave this link here too, but you can go to stopthecrime.net. But I'll leave this link for you so you don't have to go searching around there for it. Won't be hard though. But it'll explain to you, you know, what it is and why you will not want to consume Cinemix. And one of them is this Kuru disease. I mean, you know, Jesus told us not to mess around with the blood. In any case, some of you are saying, "Oh, it's not blood," but everything is. It's in everything. A lot of good things on here, but where I went to, I believe, was way down here. Human camels and Cinemix flavors. Cinemix flavors your food and drinks. They get a lot of money for this, people. And there was actually one company, we know, I'll just bring you to that page from here, that they picketed outside a store. So they, oh, Campbell's Soups. Yeah, it was in Campbell's Soups as a flavoring. And they were picketed and they were boycotted. And then Campbell's Soups removed it from their soups. And Pepsi Cola, okay? Pepsi Cola is another one that was picketed, boycotted, and even got their lawyers and other things, but they refused to take it out. So other products known to be using Cinemix are, like I said, PepsiCo products include Aquafina, Mountain Dew, and you wonder why everyone gets. There's other things out there about Mountain Dew. If you get headaches from it, my daughter-in-law drinks it, and she's always complaining about headaches. And I told her, well, stop drinking the Mountain Dew. No, she's just stupid. Pepsi, juice drinks. I got to give up my coffee now. I've been drinking this for ever since I was a working man, 18, 16. Maxwell House coffee. I mean, I'm praying over everything, and I don't know if we can actually, now that we know what this Cinemix is in, whether I can, regardless of whether I pray for it, whether I can still drink it. I may not be having any coffee tomorrow until I go out and get some other brand. Nestle products. I mean, look at the packages. I mean, they've already come out, and I know they're going to stop, you know, putting labels on these foods. And while you can, go look at Snickers bars. Go look at, did I do their Snickers bars? And like I told you, those Nature Valley bars, you know, the protein bars, the granola bars, stuff like that. They have GMO engineering on it. That doesn't mean that, you know, it has Cinemix in it, but it's genetically modified. It's using whatever ingredients you want to call that. You want genetically modified organisms besides, you know, this oat that we're eating or this wheat? Why do they have to do that? Anyways, so take a look at the list. Kraft Foods. You know, Planters Peanuts. Philadelphia cream cheese. This is a lot of things. Maxwell House coffee. I got to give these things up now. Or boycott or whatever. Hopefully, you know, enough tension will come out there and they'll start removing it. And here's, you know, candy, other foods, vitamins, ice cream, pet foods, sports, nutrition, weight, all the Jenny Craigs. Yeah. Down there, it just explains that they, you know, the petition they went to. YouTube video that I have yet to watch yet, but I plan on it. Kraft Foods, man. Miracle Whip. I can't, it even says mayonnaise. You know, we use that for a lot of things. tuna salad, egg salad. So now I gotta find an alternative. I have no idea because we don't like the Miracle Whip. In case, it's just nuts. It's crazy, man. The things that they'll do. Anyways, you got a chance here too, and I didn't see this until now, but it says that, yeah, we definitely need to pray. We need to pray. I didn't even see this. Cinnamix. They spelled out words in the middle of it. Sweet embryo nuggets offering minute or minute youngsters' excrements. Please pray and consider joining the worldwide boycott, already active in most nations. You have to stand up, people. You can't sit back and just, well, if I pray over everything and if keep praying for this, for that, and the other thing, and stay in my house and don't go anywhere, and then it'll all go away. Yeah, it's not gonna. Why can't you stand up, sign a petition to stop, one particular place anyway of funding that they get from the government, and Trump said he was already going to do it. But now he's being sued by, 21 or 24 states because of it. So pray for that. Go sign the petition. Stand up and do something. Go do it. And I might save this for another time because it'll get a little lengthy. But I'll leave this link for you anyway. This is from Dana Ashlie. She's pretty passionate about what she believes too, and has done a lot of research as well. Started listening to her about 6 months ago. Obviously, I don't believe in everything that anybody says. Everybody's flawed in one way or another. We're only human, right? Each and every one of us have a flaw. We're cursed. Well, we were cursed. We're not cursed anymore. We are saved by grace. And in the meantime, he doesn't say, sit in your house and watch your TV and be a good Christian and not say anything and don't do anything. No. He says, you need to pray, consistently, fervently. And you need to go about your business. You need to go about your life. Know that your redemption draws nigh and that the time is close. But you can't just sit around and wait. You have to get up, do something. You gotta do something. Go to work, find that part-time job, make a stand, make a video, write a blog, do stuff like that. I know a lot of Christians who truly are in the right direction, they don't want to sit still. But we can start in these places, people. We can start signing these petitions, because I didn't do it for a while because I thought, well, maybe Christians shouldn't be involved in these things. You figure that protesting or something like that is a bad thing. Well, not if it's fighting for a little child's life. How is that a bad thing? How is standing out in a free society? It's not against the law. It's only against the law if you're out there and then you riot. If you're out there and you're standing and I don't know if you need a permit or something. It's a free country still, so far. And they're trying to kill all of us. You should know that with everything. In this video, which I cannot talk about because it'll take too long, it'll have to be done. I'll do it over the weekend or something. This is about the 5G. This is about a soldier who was obviously in the service, and he dealt with this 5G stuff. He dealt with these frequencies and higher frequencies. He's dealt. Do you know why? You remember the Iraqi war, right? when we first went in there, what is it? Operation Iron Dome, or maybe that was the second time. Operation Desert Shield, I think one of them was called. You remember when we first went in there? When all the Iraqis, the supposedly elites, they just gave up in mass numbers. You want to know why that happened? Well, this video tells you why. You know about the frequencies and the 5G and them being able to supposedly put thoughts into your head, right? So they say they can do this. And this military man says that they did do this. And they did it with the Iraqi soldiers. And that's why they were given up in droves when they first went in there. I was shocked when I first saw that. You know, 1 or 2 people killed in a all-out massive assault. You take Iraq, because they all gave up. They were told to give up by Allah. At least that's what the Americans put in this frequency and beamed it to their front lines. We'll talk about that over the weekend. Pretty awesome stuff, and it's pretty deadly stuff. And this guy speaks out, she speaks out, I'm going to speak out. This 5G, it's killing people, already has, still doing it, giving children cancers, giving firemen cancers and tumors. And they don't care because there are billions, probably trillions of dollars involved in here. And anybody who speaks out against it because they didn't have any data at the time and they didn't want to know. Now that it's all coming out and people are getting injured, birds are falling out of the trees, monkeys, whatever, everything's falling out of the trees where these things are being tested. And it may make the internet faster. You don't think it's fast enough now? I do. It's the bandwidth. It's your provider who determines how fast you get the internet. It has nothing to do with making the internet faster. They want to know where you are. You walk to some of these towers. You walk to one of these towers, and I have 2 of them within a 2-mile radius of me. 2 of them. I don't know why we need 2 of them, but we do. We got 2 of them. Probably one just for me. You know that if you're walking down the street and you have a gun in your pocket and you walk close enough, I don't know how far away you have to be, but they can detect if you have a gun in your pocket. First of all, I mean, you have to listen to this 5G stuff to better understand that. First of all, I thought it was just frequency, but now they're taking pictures and it's kind of like X-rays. You know, these people, these NSA people, or whoever's at the airports, whatever you call them, they're getting sick. Anyways, the soldier talks about that too. Anyway, so we'll do it over the weekend. So with that, everyone, God bless and be safe. Keep your family close. Know where your cell towers are. Supposed to be a 20-mile radius, but anyway, we're going to be okay. You know, with all this, just know that we are going to be okay because none of it is pointed to us. We are covered under the blood of Jesus, right? We are. And those who don't believe yet, why don't you give it a chance? Once you start looking for Jesus, he's going to start answering you. And your life will change. It will. It will change. So with that, everyone, God bless and peace out.